Welcome, everybody, to episode 13 of N Chipz podcast, which we're calling now Are You the Fall Guy? You guys will figure it out soon enough when we get closer to the end of this stream today. I am with my lovely co host today, um, Kendall. How you doing, Kendall?
Krakatoa, I'm ready to fall through the sky and seesaw my way to victory in Shizit.
I love it. I love it. And I am your other host, Frederick. How are we doing, everybody? Um, so we got a little bit of news today. It's been probably 2 weeks since we've seen each other. So before we get to the news, Kendall, how you been?
Tired. Been working a lot of hours. Ended up working like 7 days, 52 hours last week. So I'm just like,
Fucking wild. That's crazy. I, on the other hand, was able to take a couple days off. Had to watch the kids while my lady went to work. So did that. I was able to finish Ghost of Tsushima. Fantastic
nice.
game. I like the ending. It's a really nice game. They did a really good job at being a samurai game and stuff like that, making it really feel like it's one of those old timey samurai movies. I recommend it for anybody who's ever thought about playing it, wanting to play it. I think you should play it. It's a good game. You're gonna enjoy it. You get to pet foxes. I think that's the best part of the whole damn game. I mean, what do I know? But yep.
Petting foxes, being a samurai. There you go.
What more can you say, dude?
What else do you need?
You stab people with a sword. So I recommend it. I don't want to ruin anything. Maybe we'll bring it up in discussion later if you end up playing it, like a real overview of it. But the game is new. I know it's been out for a little while, but I think it's something that people should play. So I don't really want to delve into the story. The story I think, is what makes the game the most. But what I do want to delve in now, Kendall, I'm in the process of trying to get a new phone, right? I
Mm-hmm.
remember you were saying you were looking at the Sony one, right?
Yep, I was looking at the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II.
Now, are you still thinking about it? Is that still kind of in the ballpark? Maybe not.
Yep. I'm still keeping my options open, Still haven't upgraded yet, still rocking my current Sony Xperia.
Same thing with
So,
me, man. I haven't changed anything. I haven't rocked anything. But here, let me show you. So they had the Galaxy Unpacked event. Just like everybody else, like Apple and all these other people. Everybody got their event, show off their flagship products. So there's a few things that they came out with. They have a new Galaxy tablet, the
mm-hmm.
Tab 7. They got the Galaxy Z Fold 2. I don't know if you heard about that one, the Z Flip that they had, that like you fold it open,
Yep.
make it a full phone. Okay, they got a second version of it. Uh, they've got a Galaxy Watch 3. So they got a newer, updated version of the Galaxy Watch, a couple of new features. I mean, all that's exciting. They have Galaxy Buds Live, which are like open-ended earbuds. They'll fit in the canal of your ear,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't go in because you know how the earbuds right now have like they make that seal where they're going. This will go over your ear and like over that part. But supposedly they sound good. They've got three mics, so they'll pick up your audio, and I think they're about like I heard about 160 something, 170 for the headphones. So that's a pretty good, decent price, I think. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. But the exciting part, the thing I've been excited about, because I have a Note, but I have a Note 9. I didn't pick up the Note 10. And you know how they did the next number change where instead of being like Note 11 or whatever, it's 20 now
Yep.
to go with a year, which is fine, whatever. Well, this time they got two Notes. They've been having them. They got the Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra. Note 20 rocks like a flat screen. Note
Mm-hmm.
20 Ultra has that curved screen like it always has. Uh, I'm, I would prefer a flat screen. I'll be 100% honest, but I'm not. I mean, I'm down with rocking a fully curved screen. Now, before I give you all the specs, I'm gonna hit you with a price because let's be real. The specs are specs, and most phones nowadays are amazing the way they are. They're good enough. They do what they got to do. Make phone calls. You can watch videos. You can do all your stuff on most phones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, if you want to be blown away, you can be blown away. So your Note 20,
1500.
no, that's the Ultra, and it's not 1500. So like the Note base price, the Note $999.
Wow, that's a surprise actually. I
No,
was expecting it to be more,
but that's
but
the Note. That's supposed to be like your starter, right? Your Ultra, $1,200. Well,
mm-hmm.
$1,300, and I think I heard the model up from it is $1,500, and that one is so the difference between that would be like if you get 128 gigabytes of storage or 512.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Well, honestly, I would just get the 128 gigabyte and then expand it with SD cards.
okay, here's where some of the,
As long as that's still available, which
that's where I was gonna go. So I'm gonna blow your mind with some of these specs.
they
Okay,
got rid of that.
so the Note, the regular Note, right? The
Mhm.
Note has a 6.7-inch display. The Ultra has a 6.9 AMOLED screen. Now I was
Mhm.
looking up the specs. I don't know if the 6.7 is AMOLED or not, but I know that 6.9 says AMOLED when I was looking up the specs.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going with. You get both of them have about the same cameras, 10 megapixels, I believe, in the front. They both have like a 12 megapixel, but their high one, the Note has a 64 megapixel, while the Ultra has the 108 megapixel camera. I believe that came in the what was it, the Galaxy S20 Ultra.
Mhm.
But now I don't. I believe I heard it doesn't do the zoom that like 108 or whatever 100 times zoom that the other one did because it's not really usable. It was just more gimmicky. Now they both shoot 8K video though, so like if anybody's into that photography, I mean videography kind of stuff on using your phone, they both shoot
Mhm.
8K video, so that's a good one. They both are going to run the Snapdragon 865 Plus, which is like the newer Snapdragon, I believe.
Yeah.
They both have 128, but like I said, the Ultra will have a 512. Now, from what I've been reading, the Ultra does come with expandable storage, but the other one does not. So your regular Note won't have it. So if you get a regular Note, you're capped at the 128. But if you get the Ultra, I believe you can get the 128 plus you can put extra storage. So I don't see what the 512 is a big thing. The Note 20 gets 8 gigabytes of RAM. The 20 Ultra gets 12. So one's 8, one's 12 gigabytes of RAM.
Mhm.
The regular Note gets a 4300 milliamp hour battery, while your Ultra gets a 4500 milliamp hour battery. Now I don't know how that's going to work on either of them, because here's the thing. So your Note 20 will run at 60 hertz display, right?
Yeah.
Your Ultra can run a 120 hertz display. Now I don't know if that's the full quad HD thing that they've got, or do they dumb it down a little bit to get that. And then I've also heard the Ultra has like a 9 millisecond response time or something like that with, or less than that with their S Pen. There's a few little differences. There's not, how can I put it? Like to me, when I saw those things, because I'm in the process of getting a phone, right? This is my
Yeah.
thought. I was waiting for this stuff. When I look at it, I think I might go the Ultra just because I want that little bit of extra battery,
Mhm.
and I would like the expandable storage and the better quality camera, only because, if the events start happening again, if we start going to conventions, if we go to places, things like that again, it'd be nice to have a higher quality camera in your pocket sometimes, because there's
Mhm.
times where how it's been when we go out, we get into let's say a panel, they make you put away your stuff, you can't carry your camera or whatever, so sometimes I'll put it in a backpack. It's their camera bag. We walk out, and all of a sudden you see something. It would be nice to have a higher quality megapixel camera in your hand to be like, hold on, let me snap this real quick, instead of being like, oh, let me see if I can get my stuff out for a
Mhm.
quick shot. Now, it's not end all be all. I believe they're both going to have 5G also, like on it already, so that way it's you're ready for the future, future proof, I guess. It'll be a while anyways, but I'm looking at them. I've got a choice to make. I don't know if any of those things sound cool to you, Kendall, any of those specs or anything like that. And maybe even sway your decisions, but
Not really. I mean, considering that in order to expand upon the super small storage already, I would have to get the more expensive
yeah.
version, and then just another couple hundred just so I can add more storage,
Uh,
especially if I'm going to be like shooting at like
it's like
8K
it's like
photos
another $300,
like
dude.
that. So,
It's another $300 for storage. I know, and that's the thing that I kind of got me sad. There's a few little things that like that kind of bugs me. They've always had expandable storage, so I was always into it. I mean, hell, I would have even been into just the regular Note if they had the expandable storage on it.
mhm.
But it's one of those things, even I'm looking at it going like, man, is this it? Or do I wait? Who else is coming out with a new phone? What's the next big thing? I know what I'm not switching to though is Apple. I'll tell you that much.
Uh, why is
I don't know.
just
I've never been an Apple guy. I've never been an Apple guy.
yeah,
Not
fair.
It's not a bad thing. It's just I just like the flexibility of expandable storage. I've liked all the things that Android's offered, but it feels like slowly things are starting to change. If they all end up the same, who knows? I might even switch. But for now, I'm still sticking with Android.
Yeah.
But Kendall, I know you were saying that you wanted a camera, right?
Yep. Yep. I was looking at getting a Sony Alpha at
Mm-hmm.
some point. The Sony A7 series, maybe the 4R, but
Okay. Okay. Well, let me
maybe something a little cheaper.
peep this. Peep this. Right. All right. Check it. The Sony A7S III. All right. $3,500 just the body. I know. I know. You're gonna tell me, Fred, my man, that's expensive. I would say hold up.
Yep, super expensive.
I would say hold up. Check it out. Full frame camera, right? No no crop censored camera here, right? It's a 12 megapixel. It has IBIS, 4K, 120 frames per second. All right, that's slow mo. If you want that super slow mo, 1080 at 240 frames a second. Here's the thing. So the R5 and the R6 were a big thing. You know, R5 especially because it had 8K, but it's been running into issues of overheating. The A7S III, from what I've heard, from what I've seen, people doing their reviews and doing stuff,
Mm.
no overheating issues. And that's the big thing when you're recording. And I believe there's no time limit either, so you can record forever. Dual car slots on it. You got dual car slots on it. It'll take, I believe it's CFast A and I want to say micro SD. I mean, not micro SD. I mean SD cards, and it might take the CF Express A because there's another one. I think it's B. It's a bigger one, but you know, there's no 8K on this though, right? It's just 4K and it's still running. It's still rocking a 12 megapixel sensor. I don't know how it is on stills. It seems to be, from what I've been seeing people's reviews and things like that, more
Mm.
predominantly somewhat of a video camera with stills. I mean, it seems like that, like how people are recommending it, but it's still a good stills camera. Now, the only thing is like, you know, hey, you know, you want to do more YouTube videos. Maybe you want to update your webcam game. Some of these you can do that with it. You know, it can
Yeah.
be a little bit of investment, but it's nice. Now, it's the competitor to the Canon, right? It is cheaper by $300. It seems like to the R5 because the R5 is $3,800. The R6 is 24.99, so about $2,500. You know, and that's the thing. It's putting itself as a competitor. It does seem to maybe be a little better in the sense of that it doesn't overheat. Now the R5 though is an amazing stills camera. You know, if we're gonna go like picture for picture and like taking, well, the R5 is an amazing stills camera, and it's probably in a different league. Obviously, it's running like a 40 something megapixel or something like that sensor. It's a big sensor on it.
Yeah.
So I mean, now because it overheats, it's really bad on taking video because you know it'll lag on you. I think it's like 20 minutes or something like that, maybe in 8K. No, or 10 minutes in 8K or something like that. Maybe 20 almost 30 minutes in 4K, and then they can overheat. Now, I will tell you though. So I was on the Canon Rumors website.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and there's a YouTuber with the YouTube channel No Life. He did a thing where he put a dummy battery on the camera. He took the memory card out and recorded to an external recorder, like I think it was like an Atomos Ninja or one of those. He was able to record externally for 4 hours without it overheating or dying off at the 4K HQ 30 FPS. I think he was doing it at 10-bit C-Log. So that's pretty impressive. If it can do that, then there's a workaround. And I know some people might be like, well, what about a workaround? But you know what? Sony's and other cameras have overheated before, and there have been workarounds around it. You know, everybody's done it.
Yeah.
So that's not the big thing. The only thing happens now is like if that works. I mean, it's a little bit more expensive because you got to look at it. You got to buy the camera plus then you got to buy a recorder, an offsite recorder.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they're still testing it, like doing workarounds. I mean, it sounds like a cool thing, but I will not lie that the Sony seems like a nice purchase. You know, it seems like a nice sweet spot. $3,500 does seem a little pricey, but if you're looking at it, you're gonna have like a stills and a video recorder, kind of like a two-in-one, where you can swap out lenses. It'll be very versatile. You'll be able to use it, and they're small because they're mirrorless cameras. So like me looking at that, I'm always like, you know, that's pretty. a pretty like enticing thing. It's pretty chill. Obviously, I'm on the camp of Canon. You want to be on the camp of Sony, and I love it because in that way there's two different things that we can do. I just don't
Hmm.
know if I convince you right now on getting a more expensive camera. I
I
guess
don't
that's
know.
where I was
I mean, I'm
going.
gonna have to look through a lot of different things at this point.
Hmm. And I mean, look, the longer you take, the better it is sometimes. Because who knows? Maybe they'll have a 6K. Maybe there'll be a little bit more bump up or something. Maybe an
Mm-hmm.
8K. Because it seems like every couple of years there's a new camera. I know I heard before we switch out of the camera thing. So there's a rumors going around that Canon's gonna make. I want to say two more cameras because you know how they have the EOS M50 and they have like an M line of lenses. They're talking about, and I believe that's like a crop. That's like their crop cameras right now, like crop
Mm-hmm.
mirrorless maybe. So there's a rumor that there's gonna be maybe two, one to be the M50 and then maybe one. I don't think there's a name tentative for it, but maybe like an M7 to kind of take over like the 70. They're thinking that there's a rumor going around that there might be those two. The M50 Mark II, and then maybe something like that. And then there's also another rumor that they're coming out with RF because the RF mounts are the new, obviously the new mirrorless, the EOS R, the R5, the R6. They seem to be the new changeover from a DSLR to their mirrorless. So there's also a rumor that there's going to have like, so right now they have like the C200 and C300. Those are like
Mm-hmm.
their big film cameras, and then there's like a C500. But they're talking about doing like an EOS R 200 maybe. It's the name. The name isn't exactly. That's just kind of a name they're putting on it. But maybe like the R line for the RF lenses. So it'll be like the cinema camera, but instead of using the EF or something like that, it would be something to work with the RF lenses. Maybe like a mirrorless. I don't know. Cinema camera. I'm not. Like I said, it's just rumors that just started coming out. It seems a little interesting because the C200. It seems like they're saying rumors might price it at like $3,500 or something like that.
Man,
Like
more
maybe 4 grand,
range.
which would be like a great range to have a dedicated filming camera. Something that we can record with, especially with the stuff we want to do. Going to the conventions and going to stuff might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, and we could always go halves on it. So instead of each of us getting like individual like $2,000 cameras or whatever, we can get one like really nice
Yeah,
4K.
but that would be strictly a video camera. But those are things that are it's exciting. Things are changing up, things are moving up. It's always exciting. But Kendall, you sent me this link yesterday.
Oh,
Blew my mind, bro.
right?
Okay. I'm gonna let you have this one because this was sick. Like I didn't even expect you to send it to me, and especially at a time right now. Like, why would you do this to me? Like, there's too many things coming out. There's too much money to be
I know,
got.
right? We
So
got, and the thing is that arcade machine isn't even released yet. That doesn't get released until October 1st.
yeah,
But
but come on, Kendall. October, November, December, is rolling around, and we're gonna be PS5 territory.
yeah, I know. But anyway, so for those who don't know,
Mm-hmm.
basically, if you've never heard of the company called Arcade One Up, basically they make like slightly smaller
I think
versions
they call them like
of
three
arcade
fourths.
cabinets. They're
Like,
like 3/4.
yeah.
They're about like 2 feet in length, usually about 4 to 5 feet tall, and 2 to 3 feet, in width.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a slightly version of an arcade cabinet. And for those who are in like I would say what late 20s to mid 30s or whatever, probably have wanted an arcade machine of their own at some point in time.
Tell me about it, dude.
So, and then these are rather affordable ones. They're anywhere from on sale. Like you can get the Golden Tee golf game, which comes with 4 different Golden Tee versions. The original Golden Tee Classic, Golden Tee 2K, 99 and 98 for $300, and it's a full arcade cabinet. With 4 games, all the controls and everything. You build it yourself, and it comes with all the parts in it for $300. But last night, which is what kind of sparked this conversation and this segment,
Mm-hmm.
is there is a Marvel versus Capcom special edition coming out October
Yes,
1st from Arcade One Up, which includes a stool.
dude. That's oh my god. That still was dope.
For and you can pre-order it right now at BestBuy.com for $499.99. And the thing is well, it has like the Marvel vs. Capcom art. So like one side
Mm-hmm.
it has like all the Marvel heroes, and then on the other side it has all the Capcom characters or whatever that you can pick. It's a lot more than just Marvel versus Capcom.
Dude, I have the list of the games. Like,
All right, all right,
wow.
go ahead.
All right, Marvel versus Capcom, right? Let's just get off the bat. Boom, right? Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter. Boom. X-Men versus Street Fighter. What? Marvel superheroes, War of the Gems, and then the Marvel superheroes. Come on, dude. Kendall. Come on.
And you get that and the stool, which has the Marvel heroes on it,
Yeah.
for $499.99. And here's the interesting thing. According to the product features description under the overview, the only game it says that is not Wi-Fi enabled and is local play only is Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems, which means it's quite possible that the other games have network capability.
What? People, do you understand what this means? Like, I can be at home, and if I feel like playing somebody and nobody wants to play on that cabinet with me, I can play somebody online. Dude, that thing blows my fucking mind. Like, honestly, like, I'm like, dude, that's. Look, normally, I understand. I understand the debate, right? There's going to be people out there that are going to be like, but dude, you can build one, Raspberry Pi, put a billion games on it, get like a better high quality screen on it, build your own arcade cabinet with your own, switches and buttons and joystick and whatever you want, But for this one right here, it's worth the price, I think.
Yeah, and it looks like, just straight up old school. It's got 2 joysticks. It's got 3 different colored buttons, 2, blue for light, red for medium, and
Mm-hmm.
green for heavy. And then,
Dude, just looking at it like brings back some nostalgia. I'm not even gonna lie.
right?
It's not exactly what the game case looked like on the things, but I look at it and I just go, "Holy shit, dude!" This takes me back to the days when I used to play X-Men versus Street Fighter, or you're coming from school and you stop by some liquor store or somewhere and they had the arcade cabinet, or a
Mm-hmm.
laundromat had the arcade cabinet or something. I mean, who knows? Depends on where you're at. There used to be this little liquor store with like a little market where you could buy food too.
Mm-hmm.
They had like 3 arcade cabinets, and there was X-Men versus Street Fighter, and everybody went to go play it after school
Yep.
on the way home. I mean,
For me, it was basically like a dollar store rodeo.
uh huh.
And they had 2 different arcade cabinets. They had Marvel vs. Capcom, and then the other one they had like Neo Geo.
Oh yeah.
What was that one soccer game that was on Neo Geo?
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it though.
I can't remember the name of it either. But basically, everyone would go and either play that or Marvel vs. Capcom.
Dude, I played them all. I played them all. That lady would upgrade them. So like when I was in high school and we were already at like, what was it, Marvel vs. Capcom like 2 at the time, maybe, or 1, 2, no,
Mm-hmm.
it's maybe 2. I don't know. But then I went to Camelot, and you could play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 over there
Mm-hmm.
for sure. And then you played Initial D. Let's be real, those things were bad.
Yep.
But this cabinet, I don't know, man. I saw it when you sent it to me. I got real hyped. I saw it and I was like, how can I afford one of these things? I don't know how. I don't know what. I'm like, but I want one. Like I would be down. 5 months of $100 or something. I think I could do it. But I look at my place and I go, I don't have a spot for it. Like I really don't have a spot for it. That's the only reason why I wouldn't jump on it right now. Like if I had a spot, a dedicated spot where I could put it and keep it safe, because that's the thing. Like I would be playing that all the time. And then when you have friends come over, like that would be the thing to do.
Yeah,
Like,
and then like, you can have multiple ones. Like they have a cocktail version one with like all the older Street Fighters on it.
oh, that's cool.
And some other arcade games, and you got Pac-Man, you got Galaga.
And I've seen those, and I'm not gonna lie that when I've seen them, I go, hey, being a little bit smaller, you can fit a few more in. They don't stick out as much. It wouldn't be bad to have a couple of them, Pac-Man and some of the other ones, just to have a little game room on
Yeah.
top of having maybe your PlayStation and your stuff. If you got like a small room, have them on the sides. It'll something cool,
Yeah.
and they're
And
affordable.
is they also have a 4-player station NBA Jam one.
Yo, no, you know what they need to come out with? Uh, uh
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yes, dude, what? Yes, that one and The Simpsons.
Yep. Simpsons and Ninja Turtles.
That's
Those
it.
would be instant buy, whether if I have room for it or not. I mean, I was like, I'll just go like get a storage unit. or some
Four
shit.
player Ninja Turtles and 4-player Simpsons. Those are the ones that they need.
Right?
You heard it here from us. Arcade One Up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do
Okay,
this.
one up. Hey, you know what? Even better. Send us one, and we will promote
Review
the
it.
shit out of it for you.
We'll review it. We'll do a YouTube video. We don't care. You just send it our way.
We'll do a live stream. I'll get rid of my bed. I don't give a shit.
You heard it here first. We'll get rid of his bed, or maybe we'll do. You can always put it over here for a day or two, and then send it back your way. You can always come over here and we can do a video,
Oh yeah, true. We can do that too.
and then
You know.
we'll send it back to your place later. But
I'll
I'm just
get
telling
like a inflatable mattress or some shit.
I'm just telling you guys, yeah, it's a time to be alive with that. It really hits home in a really nice way. So, all right, PlayStation did their
State of play.
state of play. What did you think before we even start diving into the games and diving into stuff? What did you think of it?
I thought it was all right. I mean, there were a couple games I didn't really care about. There were some that I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Caught my interest a little bit.
Yeah.
Overall, I thought it was pretty good considering, they were trying to like not hype it up. They were like specifically telling people it was like, hey, there's not going to be much PS5 stuff on here, and there's not going to be any like big reveals or anything like that. So it's mostly going to be PS4 and PSVR stuff. So just
temper your expectations.
Yeah.
But
So.
even so, I think it was a really good job. I think they did a good job. It was they had a few games and a few things. It was pretty cool. They had Crash Bandicoot, right? That's a cool game. It's back. Vader Immortal, that was a cool one. That one's like a VR one, I think.
Yep, I'm gonna be playing that shit.
That looks really good. I was really impressed with it. I don't know exactly what it is. Like, I'll be honest, I don't know what it is. Are you Darth Vader? Are you fighting him? Is he training?
I think he might be a apprentice. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. But it's still cool because just looking at it, you can throw some lightsabers, you throw some lightning. I was like, yeah, it's okay. You can. I go, you don't have to show me anymore. Just stop. I'm already sold. There's Hitman 3 PS VR, right, or something like that. There's Genshin Impact. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but there's a lot of waifu.
Yeah, a lot of waifu.
And I was
Everyone
like,
waifu.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, I think I might be down.
Yeah,
now,
maybe.
Some of the games that got me a little bit more interested was Hood, Outlaws, and Legends.
Mm-hmm.
That one looks cool. I believe, if I'm following this correctly, right, because it's just the first time I heard about it, it's like a 4v4 after Treasure?
Yeah. Basically, like, did you ever play the Payday games?
No, dude.
Okay.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe I might have, but yeah, it would have been so long ago that I can't even remember.
Basically, Payday is like you and 3 other people basically like do heists. Like it's modern, you have guns, you have like drills and all this other stuff. And sometimes you'll break into banks, you'll have ATM machines, you'll break into like FBI or whatever, and basically you'll just get cash and get the fuck out or whatever it was you were hired to heist. What this seems like to me is a PvP version of that, because basically in Payday it's you versus the computer. And,
right.
There's difficulties, blah blah blah. In this, it looks like it's your group of 4 versus another group of 4 versus the computer.
That's what I thought it was. That's what it seemed like to me when I saw it, which I'm like is an interesting take. I'm more used to like you versus somebody else or you versus a computer, but not you versus somebody else versus a computer for the same loot. So it seems interesting. I'm kind of down with it. I mean, we'll see. If for right now, I feel like it shows promise. I feel like it's interesting. Something maybe fresh. I'm hoping it's good. And then the other game that I thought was really good was Godfall.
Yep.
You know, a little bit more gameplay, a little bit more stuff they showed us. A little. I'm excited still about it. Every time I see
Yep.
something new, I get a little bit more excited. So we'll see that. And then there was a game that okay before we even started this, right? Because before we start this podcast, we kind of go over what we're going to talk about real quick. You brought something to my attention that I didn't know. So I saw this trailer for Eon Must Die, and I thought this game looked cool. But then you came
Mm-hmm.
out with some information that I hadn't heard yet about.
Yep. Apparently, what it is Focus Home Interactive is like the publisher
Mm-hmm.
for the game that's going on, and Limestone Games is the developing studio that is sitting there and actually making the game itself. Well, apparently, according to some news, you can actually find like another trailer on someone else's account called
Mm-hmm.
Ericy Boots for Aeon's Must Die official reveal trailer. So not Sony, not Limestone Games, or even Focus Home Interactive, saying that apparently the IP was stolen from the creators via foul play, and that 8 out of the 12 developers that had worked on the game handed in their resignation, and because are no longer holding company IP rights and not even paid for their work.
What? Oh man, that game looked kind of good. Now there's this to it.
And apparently, also, the studio's Twitter account, Facebook, and Instagram accounts have been inactive since April 29th, and I believe the Twitter account specifically has been deactivated.
Has Sony made a comment about this or anything like that? I mean, they just showed it off, so.
So, haven't heard anything from Sony on that. Just basically, uh, Focus Home Interactive made a statement on Twitter
Mm-hmm.
saying, Focus Home Interactive's always praised and supported all of our partner studios and the developers who compose the creative teams. We pride ourselves on treating our own employees and third-party developers fairly, respectfully, and this will not change. Focus Home Interactive was informed of serious allegations raised by some of the developers at Limestone who have worked on the creation of the video game Aeon Must Die. These grievances are directed at Limestone, their direct employer. As the publisher of this video game, Focus is carefully looking into these allegations and will draw the necessary conclusions if they are proved to be well-founded, and then take all appropriate measures. No further comment will be shared until we have a clear and complete view on this matter.
That's a good statement. I mean, wait till everything happens before they talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how it should be. Hopefully, this all gets resolved and I get to play a video game instead of not getting resolved and I don't get to play a video game.
Yeah.
It's sad to see it. It does happen. I mean, I guess that's part of business stuff. But hopefully, everybody that needs to get their, that deserves to get their stuff back gets their stuff back. Everybody gets the credit they deserve and everybody gets paid for what they've done. But damn, that's it's crazy news.
Right? So, and it's I don't even know what the game is actually supposed to play like. I mean, it looks like a beat 'em up /
Yeah,
boss rush / fighter / whatever.
I just
And
I just like the way it looked. I like the aesthetic. That I was like, hey, I might be interested to play a little bit of it. But
yeah, but not until
yeah, not until this thing gets resolved and all this stuff. Because I don't know, man.
basically, it's not gonna fucking sit here and
No,
support a corrupt studio and shit
exactly.
like that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I
So
wouldn't.
they're fucking over the employees and the developers and people putting in the hard work for it. It's just
Exactly, and that's not cool. But you know what is cool? Before we go into the main thing that we're going to talk about,
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash. No, Marvel's. Did you hear Marvel's Avengers, the new game?
Mm-hmm.
If you are a PlayStation owner, you get
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man as a character,
Oh, nice.
but everybody else doesn't. So suck it. That's it. It's
So
just not.
people are probably just gonna complain about that, being
Yeah,
exclusives are bad. And it's personally, exclusives are fine. They breed competition.
yeah.
Competition's good for consumers.
Mind you, though, I believe they're saying that it's going to be the Spider-Man from the PS4 games. Does
Mm.
that get you a little bit more hyped up for that Spider-Man?
So, I mean, it is what it is.
And I think that's why they're saying that it's going to be just like a Sony thing, because I believe that they're saying that they're bringing in the Spider-Man that exists in that game, and it's a PlayStation exclusive. So therefore, the only way he can exist is through exclusivity of a PlayStation. So I said, no, 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 poo poo. Everybody should have a PlayStation.
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
And
there's
a lot of people are quick to forget, like, how, because everyone likes to blame Sony for like all the anti-consumer not wanting to do crossplay bullshit, but forgot completely when Microsoft was top dog up during the Xbox 360 days. Sony was the one who was like, "Hey, let's do crossplay," and then both Microsoft and Nintendo went no.
yeah, and now they're ones like, hey, maybe
Now,
we
now they're
should.
the ones that are like, "Hey, hey, hey, crossplay, crossplay," and Sony's like, "No."
Nah, not this time around, buddy. Well, I mean, it's a thing. I mean, it's true. When you're on top, you don't care. But maybe they should have listened back then. Because now you got this. So I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the game. Hopefully, it turns out to be well. But we'll see. But let's hit the main thing now. If you have PlayStation Plus, this game is free for you. If you don't, game's about $20 everywhere, right? Is what I've seen.
Yep, $20, 19.99, or if you get the like collector's pack, which is an extra $10.
Now the game, what's the game's full name? Kind of, it's like Fall Guy something something or other.
All Guys Ultimate Knockout.
Okay, there you go. Ultimate Knockout. Now, what do you think, Kendall?
It's stupid. It's fun.
Dude, it's so simple.
That's basically. I mean, how else?
It's so simple, like the premise, right?
Yep.
You run from point A to point B in 3 races, and you get eliminated because there's an obstacle course.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds me of all those shows, like what was the one that used to be on Spike? The one that like don't get eliminated or whatever.
Wipeout.
Wipeout. Yeah, all those shows like that. Like it's fun, but okay. Look, yeah, it's just there's no easy way to explain it. You're like a jelly bean looking thing, and then
you
you
can
run.
put on different costumes. You can.
I have a wolf costume. I don't know what you got right now.
I have a raptor head and picture pants.
Oh shit, that's pretty bad.
So it's like, it's funny.
Yeah, and so like you basically run an obstacle course, and then you try to win. Now I haven't played it. I don't know how much you've played it. I've only played it a few times.
I have
Because I'm really low level.
for like 12 hours already.
Man, lucky. I've been wanting to play it more. Okay, I gotta ask: have you won?
No.
I haven't. The few times that I've played, I haven't won. I think the farthest I got to was round 3 one time.
Like, I've gotten to the final round a few times, but I just haven't won.
I've gotten to the final round once. Okay, here's the thing. Those fucking other jelly beans are annoying as fuck. Like when you get hit and you just fall and everybody's like landing on each other. Oh, it pisses me off, dude, because I'm like, come on, I gotta make it. And then you get eliminated in the first round. I'm like, oh my god. The only thing
I mean, it happens.
The thing I like about it is it's fast. It's so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you lose, you can just jump into your next match. Like, fuck it, let's go. So that's cool. And then I like the way they do it, where you have all the squares, and then as people get eliminated, it just kind of knocks them out of the square.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of see who's left. It's so good, dude. It's so good. It's so good for being so simple. Like, I would have never thought, like, I would have been like, oh yeah, this is my jam right now. This is what I want to play.
So, and right now it's sitting at mostly positive on Steam, although it was pretty much down for like, pretty much, it seems like a full day, because it's a small indie studio called Mediatonic that made it, and it's published by Devolver Digital.
Okay.
Small indie studio. They honestly, I don't think they were expecting as many people to like
jump on the game,
bombard it as much as they have. Because, even 4 days later, this thing has over 28,000 reviews.
No shit.
And that's just, on Steam. And it's mostly positive. So,
well, I mean, here's the thing. If they give it as a free game on PlayStation,
which is currently, like, the biggest, console player base.
Right. And, well, the thing is, you know how it goes, kind of, right? You have PS Plus. You go in. You put it on your library. So you don't even care. You don't even care if you're going to play it or not. You just put it to the library. And then all of a sudden, one of your friends goes, "Hey, so I checked out that new game," and you're like, "Oh yeah?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's good, dude. We should play it." And next thing you know, you and the rest of your homies are playing this game.
And then for hours on end,
And hours
all
on
that.
end, and then it goes word of mouth because you'll tell somebody else, and then somebody else will tell somebody else. So all of a sudden, because free is a really good way to get in. So
Oh yeah.
you're gonna have a bunch of these PlayStation guys being like, "Yeah, dude, let's fucking play it." And then plus, like you said, Steam and all these other places. I mean, I could see them get bombarded with so many players that it's gonna crash.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's a positive, right? That's what you want it to happen. I mean, you don't want it to crash, but you want to know that you have so many players and so much of a fan base or player base that you do need to like scale up. Rather
Mm-hmm.
the other way to be like, oh, it's a flop. Just my thought. That's my thought on that. Okay, so how do you feel about the microtransactions in the game?
I mean, it is what it is. It's all cosmetic stuff at the
Right.
moment, and
That's
until we get like definitive proof that the cosmetics make you play a certain way or
I don't think they
whatever,
do.
or give you like an advantage or something like that. So,
Yeah,
I mean, if
from
you
what
want
I've
to
seen,
spend the money, you can get the kudos. You get a small amount every game you play, whether
yeah,
if you get eliminated in the first round or if you make it all the way to the final round and all that other shit. You still get kudos. Like I
yeah,
was able to buy the full Raptor costume, which was 7,000 kudos, and on top of the costume before that,
the
and
baseball
I
one.
bought half the baseball one for this days. So, and it cycles in and out
Yeah,
every day. So it's like new stuff is on the store every day. So if you don't
yeah.
want something, you can just wait a day.
Well, that you know what, and I was gonna say that it didn't bug me at all. The microtransaction just seemed to be just um, cosmetically based, so I don't have any issues with that. It's not a bad thing. If you want to buy it because you want to have it faster, that's pretty much up to you. But you're right. You earn coin every step of the way when you're playing it, and even when you unlock levels and stuff like that. It seems like it's got a. I mean, I don't think it's a battle pass kind of system, but it seems like it. When you go as you kind of progress, it's giving you unlocking stuff, but it's free, so it's not like you're paying for that.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, I'm not gonna lie. So far, so good. I'm really feeling the game. I really like it. Now,
All
the only
right.
thing I
Well,
wonder is there crossplay between that and like PC and other things like that?
I don't know if there is. I think there might be because it seems like everyone went down
Mm,
at the same time, at least according to, like just the Steam forums or whatever
yeah,
that I was reading of people complaining about the servers being down and all that other shit. So,
yeah, because I noticed people are streaming this game too. Something that I didn't think it was gonna happen, but you see them stream it, so it's a fun game.
hmm
What more can we say? But go ahead and jump on it. Jump on it, especially if you have a PlayStation account right now. It's free. Why not get it? Put it in your library. Maybe you pick it up later. Who cares? But it's a good game. You should at least get it for free instead of paying $20 later because that happens.
yeah, but I mean, hey. So it's like if you have it on PlayStation or if you have PS Plus, you can get it for free. Or if you'd rather get it on PC or whatever, you
Support
can
support the support yeah support the guys that make
get
the
it for
games.
20 bucks, or 30 if you wanted to get the collector's pack,
Hmm.
which comes with a couple costumes as well. I believe it's like unicorn and something else.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, support the creators, and that's the only way that they can make more stuff for us to enjoy. Well, Kendall, do you got anything else you want to add?
No, not really. Actually, the only thing I want to add on to like
Hmm.
the Sony uh state of play event, that caught my eye was Pathless. I don't if you don't remember that. That was the one with the hunter and the eagle.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it caught my interest because it kind of reminded me of like Journey slash Abzu plus Shadow of the Colossus type, stuff or
Yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So I'm kind of interested in that just to see where it goes because I mean, it's like, yeah,
Why not? I mean, hey, if you're feeling it.
especially Abzu. Oh my god, I love it, Abzu. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a great relaxating game, Abzu. Anyway, and if Pathless is anything like that, it'd be great.
It's gonna be
And actually, I even think it's made by the same.
developers or the same.
Let's see. Let's see if it's made by the. Yep, it is. It's made by Giant Squid, who's the same people that made Abzu.
Mm.
And I did. Did they also make Journey? I'm pretty sure they did.
Oh, so it's
Let's
gonna be
see.
another game right up your alley, right there, man.
Oh man, that'd be nice. Giant Squid Studio.
Is it the? Or no, you're pulling it up right now. But yeah, I mean
Uh,
that. Yeah, because I was gonna say, I mean that's always a cool thing that when you find the same studios that you get that you like, that you enjoy a game, and they come out with another one, it's always a nice thing to see
mm-hmm.
because it's always tough to find games that you like to play over and over again.
Oh wait, no. Okay, so Journey
Uh
was
huh.
made by a game company called That Game Company, and but
Oh,
yeah, Abzu and Pathless are both being made by Giant Squid.
okay, that's cool.
So, I mean, I guess that would explain why it caught my attention. So,
Probably, but that's dope. Dope. All right, Kendall. I think we're gonna have to bid adieu to our lovely listeners
yeah,
for tonight.
it's that time again.
Yeah, like Mr. Rogers, gonna take off your jacket and walk right out. Wait, did he do that? I don't even remember. Anyways, you guys, as always, I want to say thank you for listening to us. Uh, thank you for catching our stream live. Thank you for watching us on YouTube and following us. For anybody that does listen, and there's not many yet right now, but I really appreciate everybody that does listen.
Yep.
Uh, Kendall, before we leave, where can these lovely folks find you?
Well, as soon as I get more time, off, not working crazy amounts
Mm-hmm.
of overtime and everything, I'm going to be getting back to streaming. I have the new AverMedia 4K capture card
Ooh, ooh,
that
sexy.
installed and set up and all that other stuff. Tested it out on a few things, so it works great. I know that.
Nice, nice.
Which is for6476 at twitch.tv.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to follow me on Instagram, which I haven't been using as much lately because I haven't been streaming, which I
Yeah.
normally just use to advertise stream. That's Esper56.
Yep, yep. If you guys want to find us at Los Muchacho Media on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, or here on Twitch. On Twitch here on our page, we can find our links. Same thing on YouTube, you can find the links there, or even on our Instagram, you can find the links for the other stuff. Vice versa. Or
Mm-hmm.
even on Twitch if you guys want to find us there. I mean, Twitter. Sorry. Same thing. We got our links everywhere where you can find us on all that other stuff. You can hit us up at Los Muchachos at Gmail, Los Muchachos Media at gmail.com. Send us an email. I mean, we appreciate it. Uh, yeah, I mean that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully, once these things wear off, and you know what we're talking about, the pandemic. Maybe as things open up again, more conventions, more stuff, you will see more of our stuff on Instagram and things like that. Showing up more stuff that we do. Normally, we're pretty busy going to things, but this year it's been a little bit slower. It's kind of oddly enough, kind of nice. You know, getting to finish up a few things that I've been wanting to finish because I didn't have time before, animes and videos and things like that. But I
Yeah.
digress. We really appreciate you guys listening to us from the bottom of our hearts. I've been Fred,
And I've been Kendall.
and we'll see you guys later.
Peace.